Welcome back to a very basic space program. Last time we sent some astronauts into space, 3 astronauts at the same time into space for the first time ever. They didn't stay there very long, but that was planned. That was definitely part of the plan. It wasn't that we had any sort of mistakes and things. If you want to see me try and fix that, please join me. Alright, so here we are in the VAB, and we're actually building this at the moment, the Dog 1B, and we started building it while we're building the Dog 1, which I've actually renamed the Dog 1A. And you can see we've got all these engines at the bottom, things like that, and I misinterpreted what our problems were, and it's something that I've done before, which is I made an assumption of avionics that we don't actually have on this. So if I take this off, where is my... there we are. You will see I've now attached an avionics core on the bottom here, because if I go to avionics, if I turn this off, can I turn this off? Can we disable this? Where's the thing? Where's the button? Where's the makey or avionics no go? Shut down avionics. There we go. 3.5 tons. This has avionics for 3.5 tons. I assumed it would have enough for the whole craft normally, but obviously we're not using the sort of service module component that would normally go with the D2 capsule and whatnot. And I believe that probably has the avionics in it, and it's something I've overlooked. So I've now stuck an avionics core in there, which would explain why these were not gimbaling. It would also explain why everything just went horribly wrong. So that's what we've done. But while I was doing this, I also looked at it and went, well, first of all, I don't need the covers over these. So we'll get rid of those, because they were causing a little issue. And I also had a good look and thought, can I change this? So we've got the Dog 2. The Dog 2 I will show you later in the episode. I had an idea. You might not like it, but we'll have a discussion later in the episode, is what I'm going to say, okay? When we see it. So this, we're going to rush this through. If I show you the... I'll go back to the main screen and I'll show you what the situation is. If we look at our build list, we have Dog 1B, which is D002. I'm just going to number them because it's going to get... Number them. It's going to get a bit easier. We started building this last time. We did some alterations to it, so its percentage got dropped down. It has got 149 days left, and we've got the Dog 2A, which is the one that I will show you in the future. I don't know why this is called Dog 2A or 2B. Oh, because yes, it's the very okay. Yeah. You will see the difference in these in the future. The 2A, the 2B. It's got 150 days. It's got a little bit of time. It's run on. I have invested a bit into our build rate, so we've actually used some of our funds up. We have, and the reason I've done that is because we have this mission that's going to end in 178 days. If I had not done that, yeah, we would have had a problem. The investment I made in Dog 1B, or Dog 2, or whatever it was called last episode, was actually a mistake. I should not have done that rush build. I should have put money into the build rate. You can all shout at me as much as you want. I know I was stupid. I actually re-looked and I actually thought it was a smaller value than it was, and it was more than I expected. So, yeah, note to self. Build queue, not rush build. Rush build, silly. All right, so we're going to rush this forward. Well, we're going to rush forward. We're going to move the time forward to the launch of this, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to try Dog 1B, and then we'll probably try Dog 2. Now, we do have this mission for maneuvers. I'd like to achieve that, and it requires at least 2 crew, and we're looking at probably 4, 5, 6, 5 days in orbit. We also have the 3 crew mission, and we have stay in space for 30 days. I would like to try and do that with one of these craft. I think both these craft are going to be going up, and we'll see what happens. But we're going to try Dog 1B first, then we'll try the Dog 2. Okay, so I will see you in about 150 days, or I guess in 1975. Now, we are coming up to Dog 1B being ready. And we've got an interesting situation, which is we have just finished, and I'll jump over to the tech here. We've just finished, because we've got so much investment in our tech stuff, we just finished this whole line of orbital rocketry. If you remember the last episode, I said we were working on this. Well, these took sort of, 30, 50, 60 days each, and we've run through those very quickly. So we now have access to the AJ-10-137, which I am going to want to buy. We are also going to have access to the F1, which I didn't realize was even in there, and the Asterisk, which used to be a favorite of mine, mainly because it was unlimited ignitions. It's not got the best ISP in the world, but it's not bad, and equally it's got decent thrust, and it uses some fuels you can store, which is always a positive in my world. So that's nice. We can also operate it in the future. I'm not sure when that happens. We also can operate the LR engines again, and we've also got a Gina model we can do something with, and an RD-215, which I have not even thought about. That's interesting. So we've got quite a few bits going up there now. We also potentially have some upgrades for these stage combustion engines, which would be quite nice, I think. So again, we've got quite a few bits and bobs coming through the pipeline to really bring us up there. So you can actually see now with that, it brings our standard orbital rocketry engines pretty much on par with everything else. We spent about 150 days just to bring them up on par, and that's been nice. I think that's been a good investment. We do have some more funds to invest. We could go even higher, actually. What's this do? We've got an E1 engine, don't need that, don't need... interesting. I don't want that. The Vexin, the Viola, I've never even used that. That'll be another upgrade of that, and then that would be the LR91. Okay, so I don't think that interests me at the moment. Over here, we get the NK engines. Now, they are tasty for rockets, but they don't have the best efficiency. And not efficiency, best longevity of life, is always they do have a habit of breaking. Although I suppose when they get to this level, they're a bit more efficient. We will have to think about that. Right, let's just get some crew into orbit anyway. We've been messing around for 5 minutes now. Right, Dog 1B is on the launch pad. We're going to launch it. We're going to choose a crew. We're going to recover that first of all. Right, crew. We're going to... You know what? I'm tempted to... Have they got experience yet? No, they do not. So we're going to send them again. We've got Renata. We've got Victoria. And we have got Brenda. That's an interesting trio, isn't it? Right, so that's the team. We're going to put nobody in that mission module, but we will see about actually transferring some data if this thing gets into orbit this time, unlike what we did last time. So to the launch pad. Here we are on the launch pad. Let's just get everything set up. So let's do a quick rundown. What we've got our engines at the bottom there. Then we're going to decouple those. We're going to release. Then we've got this stage, and is that the bottom one? Yes. And then these engines. There should be those engines in there. I'm hoping it's in there. So are you highlighting? I can't see you. What are you? You are you are there. Well, that's nice. You can do that. Okay. Right. So that's going to go. Then we've got the fairing at the top, and then we've got basically that, and that going. Then at the top here we'll decouple, and we basically have all these engines turned on, and then we've got the thing at the top. Okay. Right. I think I'm happy with that. Now, where do we want to actually be going to? Let's have a look. If we have an engine failure on this one, it's just going to be embarrassing, isn't it? We do have these flybys. We've got Demus on crewed. Where are we? Right. So I want perhaps this over 170. So 200 would be a nice height to go for. And we want between 650 and 850. Okay. So aim for 200 perhaps, and then just go from there, I think. And we should have enough on this top thing to do whatever we need to. Oh, no, it's actually, yeah, we need to be 300, 400. So pretty much a circular orbit. Okay. Right, let's see. Get this stuff going. We're gonna go. No, I don't want to node. I want to go. So I've forgotten how to use this. This is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a bit of a problem. We'll keep the roll on 90. I think that's where we start, isn't it? We start on a 90 roll. Right. Everything's good. I'm a little nervous because we could kill 3 crew here. Let's just do that. Engines are go, and there we go. Ooh. And we are away, and of course already we have a bit of the old yellow appearing. We're going to speed that up a little bit. We don't need to go too slow when we're low down in the atmosphere like this. We just speed on through. So this is the noisy stage, and we're going to hope that this is going to burn out reasonably quickly. We're going to start turning. There we go, and we've gone black. There we are. It's obviously a cloud. That's fine. That's good. Wonderful. Perfect. Love it. It's brilliant. You regularly see that on NASA launches, don't you? You see the craft going completely black because of cloud cover. I believe there's actually, I'm not entirely sure what the rules are in NASA regarding cloud cover and its impact on whether you can launch or not. I should really look that up. We should really have some sort of weather. I believe there was at one point a weather mod for Kerbal. I believe there was Kerbal Wind. I know that, and that'd be quite interesting. I don't know if it's compatible with RP-1. That would be quite an interesting one. We need to turn this craft over a little bit, don't we? Get over, please. We've got most of this stage is gone. We're just getting into the high thrust regime now, and I've gone over a little quicker than I probably would have liked, but yeah, I'm not too unhappy with it. Actually, put that up there. Because I play a lot of stock, I'm now used to looking at this thing at the bottom. when it never used to be there. So I used to have this up in the top left-hand corner. In fact, I think when we started this series, I don't know if we had this at the bottom. Or like not in stock, when I would have, because this is stock underneath, isn't it? We're going to put this at 20, I think. Oh, and we've burned out, so then we're going to fire that. There we go. Almost messed that up, didn't we? Right. And we are off to the races, as it were. It's a bit quieter, isn't it? It's nice. Now, I am concerned about this arrangement. I mean, where are you? Can I actually? Can we? Uh-oh. No, 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 no. There we go. Oof. No, no, no. Locked. Is that good? What? There we go. Oh. Wow. That was that. Note to self. Don't do that. Oh. Still doing it. There we go. Free. That's better. So it was actually tracking the camera there. That's interesting. Sorry, the mouse. The mouse is actually engaged. I know that there is a... Oh, better get rid of that. Whoopsies. I know there is a thing you can do where you... obviously just did it. Where you lock it so that you actually spin on the mouse. But I have not done that on purpose before. So that I wasn't on purpose that time. So yeah, that's good. I'm going to take this up to... I'm going to let it ride, actually. I'm going to let it go up. Because we should be able to do a lunar return with this vehicle. Oh, best actually stage the engines when we have the need for them. There we go. Wonderful. Right. How are we looking? We've got a minute until our time. We're at 560. This stage should get us up there pretty easy, in fact. So I'm not too worried about it. I think, yeah, we can just sit this as it is. This might be one of the easiest launches. So last time, when did we have? We had an engine failure in that second stage, wasn't it? And that was a problem for us. So now we're going to just bring this up into orbit. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. And then I will need to turn on all of the things and stuff and get this running. There we go. We can do that while we're waiting. We can do that. This is it running? Make sure it's running. Yeah. Cover this side, make sure all this is running. Dump water, please, thank you. Make sure you're running. And then here we're gonna dump water. There we go. And running, and then we'll just check that. Are you running? You are running. Have we checked your dumping of water? We just do that as well, yeah. There we go. Yeah, not to self, as it were. I always check the dumping of water and tick through it because there is a glitch on this where it will say it's dumping water and it isn't, and then you know, you end up with your crew dying because the electricity stops running because you've not been dumping water. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Right, we are going to pop this up, and I want it to be about over 300, don't I? Ooh, there we go. Oh, we're going to skim it. We're going to skim it. That's not as nice as I would have liked. So what we're going to do is we're going to decouple that. Turn the RCS on. Oh, the RCS is now working. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Right, can we get our science on? Let's get the science on. Get the science on. Good stuff. What's going on here? Do I have anything over here that we can be doing? Telemetry. One of those. Don't need that. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. Are we actually going to survive? Is the question. The first question we have. Electric is potentially, food is thing. Water is 4 days. That's interesting. That should not be the case. It should be. It shouldn't be dumping it. Oh, it should be dumping it only when I need it or don't need it. That's interesting. We should be producing water, unless these are producing less water than we require, in which case I have a problem. Right, we've got liquid oxygen for days. Let's see how this goes. Is it because we just have tankage for that, and it's not taking it into account? It says it's not going down, so that's not a problem. That's an oddity, isn't it? Right. Well, I think first of all, we need to get ourselves to our apoapsis, which is going to be around here somewhere. Let's, you know what, let's turn off some of the stuff and actually let's turn off all of the things here. There we go. Get rid of that. I want to have my craft on. That's it. Right. I want to go to here. Warp to there. Why am I locking? What's the lock? What's the locking? Oh, uh-oh. Oh, we're going to skim. Okay. Right, okay. We're going to actually, because we sped as we did, we go into the atmosphere because that's always what happens. Which is actually not a problem. It should bring... Hold on, why is that going up? Our apoapsis started going up there. That was interesting. Can we just get out of this, please? Just hurry up, please. Just trigger it out. So what's actually happened is, when I time up there, I jumped quickly and it has dropped our periaps down, which is a little annoying. So we are now basically, we want to be, I want to turn that off actually. And we can turn the RCS off as well. What we're actually doing is we're now spinning through, I don't know, is this collecting? No, it is not, but, and that's not getting it either. Right, we're now above. Good. Right, so because I did that time warpy, let's add maneuver. Right, now let's do that, and then let's do to the warp there. Right, so that should be better. That's done it. So you need to jump into the sort of physical. You need to jump into time warp just in one step before you do it. Otherwise, it will just ruin you. What are we doing now? Why are my controls unlocking? What's going on? I don't have anything happening. What's my altitude? What on earth? So we do that, and I do that. Is it going to do it this time? We're out of electric charge. We're not out of electric charge, it's full. Oh, it's the probe in orbit. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? So we need to actually set that to not to care, basically. And that should actually go re-entry. Oh no, because it's going to be on a different track. It's going to float around forever now because this one went through the atmosphere. It's not going to. Okay. All right. So we want to lift our periaps up to, let's see, what are we looking at? Was it 170? Maybe to 180 or something like that. All right. So we're going to try those engines. So let's get this on. We want to be prograde. I want to put my prograde RCS on. RCS is going to orientate us. Let's have a look what we're looking like for the RCS fuel. Don't know. We're on the dark side, of course, because we do all the things on the dark side. Put that down there. Of course, we've got 3 of them, haven't we? Oh, I forgot about that. How's this going? Are we getting science? You've been running for 5 days. You got some done. We have some science ongoing. Okay. Right. I'm going to now fire some engines. Let's see how this goes. So we want to take it up to. There we go. Okay, that's not the most powerful of thrusts in the world, is it? It's yeah, I suppose it's manageable. The good thing is, of course, we could do it as many times as we want. We want to be over 170, and we want to stay below 400. So just pull this up a little bit, and I'll take it to 180 just in case, because we are going to be time warping it, I believe. We're going to take it to 180, and there we go. Right. Let's have a look. Where's our water situation? Water is still maxed out. So it's still... This is still saying we've got 4 days of water. We're drinking some. We're gaining some. We're losing a bit every hour. But it's not taking into account the fuel cell. That's interesting, actually. Whereas this, the eating is fine. So there's something going on with the calculation of water there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Right. How long do we have to stay in this orbit? We're in the correct orbit. We've got 20, so we can do that for a bit. So we'll just do that. And just speed up. And we'll do a day. Bit of flashing of light. Sorry about that. Wobbling, which is quite interesting. I didn't realize we'd done that. And there we go. Right. Slow that down. Turn off the RCS. Don't need that. We don't need to worry about orientation or anything like that. This thing can just float around. Oh, it's got a nice little roll now. A little bit of barbecue roll there. That's good, although it's not really, it's facing the sun, so that's not going to work for it. Right, let's have a look now at our water situation. We are still at 100%, I believe. Yes. So we're still at 100%, so it's just topping it up. It's obviously having trouble understanding the fuel cells, which are producing a decent amount and are going to keep it topped up. Okay. That's going to be okay. We've got that, tears of that, tears of that, tears of that. So I think we can run this. I think we can do this, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what we could do is, if we want to do the 30-day thing, which I don't think we could do with this craft, we could actually just take this craft and put 2 crew on it, or 1 crew on it. What are they doing for well-being? 2% stressed. Okay, I believe they've got, let's have a look. CO2 is good, pressure's good, shielding they don't have any. It's cramped. Well, they can get over it. Comfort, they don't have firm ground, they don't have exercise, they don't have a panorama, and they don't have any plants. But they do have not alone and can call home. So they should stop complaining, is what we're basically saying. Derived from stored N2, we can do, what is that? EVAs available, 200. All right, so we got a lot of EVA fuels available. Okay, all right. Let's have a look. Oh, we're targeting up 1 to, really? That's actually how we're doing our transmissions of stuff. Oh, we've transmitted 102 science already. How do we do that? Is this actually getting transmitted? Can I, where's data? Can I do this? Can I do transfer data here? There we go. Close that. Make that good. All right. Okay, so what's the next plan? We need to take this craft and we need to put it into another orbit. So we finished that first one. Now I need to raise the orbit to 650. Now I could do it from here, which would be cheeky actually, wouldn't it? Might not be the best idea, but how much fuel have we got? We've got a lot of Delve. So let's, you know what, let's do it. Let's do that. RCS on, please. We're just going to do it from here. Just going to do it from here and fire the engines. So there we go. So you can see, because we're not at our periaps, the periaps will rise, but we don't care about that. We don't have a periaps limit. As long as it's higher than 170, it's not a problem. This thing wobbles a lot, doesn't it? Interesting. And we need to take this up to about what is it? Hold on a second. It's just changed again. Oh no, we're on this one. So 600. Okay, I saw that and I thought we've not done it. We haven't done it. 650 is where we're going. And we should be able to get there quite nicely. With all of this. Let's have a look at Delta V. We've got so much Delta V left, actually. You forget how easy it is to just change. Oh, we've lost an engine. There we go. 1 engine out already, but because they can gimbal, we're okay. Okay. Not a problem. I must remember to install it. Although I'm trying to avoid adding new things to the pack. I know there's been suggestions of gimbling, you know, small gimbling engines. I think we're going to end up having to use these for it because I don't really want to add any more mods to the pack just in case it makes it unstable. This has been being used now for quite a while, and a lot of the mods are not. It'd be a faff to actually fix the save, shall we say. So I'm probably going to not do that, but we'll have a look. Maybe the next series I will remember to do that. There we go. That's good. We're in that orbit. Turn off the RCS. And now we've got 3 days. So let's have a look how much water we got. So we should be all right, even if I just run it. So let's do that. Let's just do that. We'll just go into the timey-wimey warp, go a bit faster. Thank you very much. We're gonna go a bit faster, like that. Woo, hello, hello, hello. We're going past the radiation belt, extreme radiation, just a few times, just a couple of extreme radiations to really keep the crew alive and awake, not alive, irradiated, I think would be the actual term. They've all been irradiated. Yeah. Who was it? It was Val, wasn't it? Valentina Tereshikova, who had a child. Was it after being in space? I can't remember if it was after or before. And I thought that was quite interesting. That was the first woman, I think. I'd have to check. I can't remember. I have to look at that. That's an interesting one, though. Right, so there we go. We are done. Where do we want to come down is the next question. Preferably in water would be a good idea. We could start our re-entry burn now, actually. And we'll just bring it. We'll just see where we end up. Right, so we're going to go to retrograde. We're going to put our RCS on. How deep do I want to go into the... Now, this is going to be interesting because we're actually going to be pulling down the apoapsis quite considerably because we're nearer to our periapsis right now. We still have that engine out situation. So we'll fire this up. And then I have to figure out when we want to decouple things, which will be interesting as well. I will probably put us in the normal position, and then we'll decouple and things like that. Yeah. It's an interesting choice, actually, isn't it? Well, let's have a look. Turn descent mode on. That's going to be needed, so we're actually going to pop that to there for now. Let's have a look. Do I need anything else from you? I'm just going to transfer data in. I don't think there's any data to transfer in, though, is there? What data have we got? Where in-flight sleep analysis is going. Because the others are done, I think. Are they done as much as we can? Yeah, they're done. Data is empty. Data is empty. Got a bit of data there. Okay. And this is just one of those ones where it's going to take a while, isn't it? Now, we could have put one of the crew up into here. But we didn't, because I didn't want to, primarily. Right, what we could do, though, is we could just speed this up a bit. So you see now that our periaps is now dropping into the range, just because of where we're burning. I'm not being very specific about this. We're actually going to be taking some of the energy out of our orbit as well, which is, there is a bonus to that. I'm not sure what altitude we want to actually hit at. I'm thinking 60, because it's quite low that we're coming in at, but let's do 50. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for a pretty rough one. We're going down now. Right, okay, so let's just do a little tiny timey-wimey warp until we get to about 200. Then we'll put it in the normal, and we'll do discard of everything, I think, is what I want to do. Yeah, we'll sort of do what, well, Soyuz I think would have done it by now, but Soyuz originally used to do it sort of, you know, complete decoupling as it would be just before it was entering atmosphere. I believe they changed it because they had a decouple problem at some point. So we'll see what happens. Right, so we'll do that here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the normal. We're going to rotate the craft onto the normal, so that these parts will actually fly off to either side. Okay, so we've got, let's have a look. That's going to be active. That's going to decouple. That's going to decouple. Right. What I want is to actually get rid of this first. Right, so we're going to do that. That's gone. Uh-oh. Why are you not? Why are you not gone? Should you not have been attached to that? Is that the way I designed this? Is it this way around? Oh dear. Right, then we're going to do that. Oh, now that... Oh, so that there is the decoupler for that. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna arm the parachute. And we're going to put this into... We're going to put it in surface negative. We're going to put the roll on 0. Okay, so now what you can see is we've actually sent those off above and below. Interesting, that's actually contacted that, hasn't it? Yes, it has. It has actually hit it. Interesting. So I don't technically think I need that decoupler. That's nice. All right. That's a nice little bit of design there, actually. Interesting. All right. So I hadn't thought about that. You see, that's still orientating itself because it's got its own control systems now. Let's have a look. What's our life support like on this? We have 9 days of... We've got an hour and a bit of electric charge. So once you're en route into the atmosphere, you've got an hour and a half of electric charge. That's not killer. The thing to be aware of is this here. Okay, that's not problematic either. So we're just going to let this thing just go in. We're not massively worried. I am going to put... we're going to use descent mode. I don't tend to use it often, but we'll give it a go. What I will do is we'll put the roll on. We'll not worry about the pitch and the yaw once we're actually in the atmosphere, because that should fix itself. And this is now going to click onto atmosphere, so it'll take me out of time warp now. There we go. And we're going to get a little jump up below us as the atmosphere loads up and things like that. There we go. And the jets are already firing. And we're going to orientate ourselves very nicely. Thank you very much. Right, now we are here. I'm going to get rid of the pitch control. I'm going to get rid of pitch control. And I'm going to get rid of yaw control. All I care about is... I want yaw control, do I? Yeah, I want yaw control. I want yaw control. I'm not worried about pitch, okay, which is uppy downy here. I want that to basically do its own thing. So we're going to let that go. We're going to speed this through the upper atmosphere a little bit to start with. They should blow up in the background there. I'm not sure. We're going to launch the next craft in this episode. I don't know what the purpose of the next craft might be. That's the interesting thing. Because looking at it, this thing can't do 30 days, but I could build a 30-day one, or I could just put 2 crew in it, and then it would do 30 days. No, it wouldn't, because I don't have enough liquid oxygen with hydrogen. Oh no, I would if I was. It's a debate there. I could put some extra fuel on board, I suppose. All right. So you see, we're now on a bit of a tilt there. We're going to turn the descent mode on, which should allow us to pitch up a little bit. Put surface on there. So we're surface negative right now. That's what we're aiming for, but we're not controlling our pitch. We are controlling our yaw on a roll. So this thing should start to do its business, as it were. Let's have a look. So that is the top, isn't it? Yeah, that should be the top. Is that the flag? What is that? Is that a window? Are you a window? Is that circle there, this bit here? Is that what we're looking at? Can I do IVA? Oh, there we are. Oh, that's terrifying. Ah, so basically these two are positioned here, really, and this one is back there. Okay, that's quite terrifying. Let's not do that. You know what? Give me pitch. There we go. Just pull it back in. That's better. Right. Oh, that is interesting. Give me pitch control. Thank you. So it is automatically going off center there, and I'm not entirely sure why. If I knock the pitch off. So let's do that, and then knock the pitch off. Turn descent mode on. Well, interestingly, it says that it's off. So that would mean it would be off now. If I do this, does it start to pitch? Is it pitching? It feels like it's pitching. It's as if the descent mode is the wrong way around. See how it's pitching a little bit? But then if I do that, is it going to come back? Yeah, I think it is. Unless the craft is upside down, which is quite possible. It could be quite possible that we should be the other way around. I'm not entirely sure. We'll figure it out. Once we get into the thicker atmosphere, we will be able to see what's going on more easily. Unless it's the yaw that's throwing me off, but I don't think it is. Is yaw going to be a problem? Yaw is off at the moment. It doesn't look too bad. We are now starting to get a bit of heating coming on, you can see. We are coming in a bit toasty. So what I would do then is, normally I'd do that. Ah, there we are. There we go. Right. There we go. So now our roll's kicking in. So descent mode is now on. What is it firing for? Why are you firing? Okay. I wish you could actually, I don't know if you can. I would love it if you could actually see the center of mass, like in the VAB, when you're coming down through the atmosphere, and you could actually see how it does physically shift. You can sort of, oh, that's the other thing exploding nearby. You can, if you watch the camera, if I put a close in on it, and I do this, you see the camera has a little move. Right, so there we go, descent mode is on. Right, good. Oh, that's all of the other stuff, and that's not going to come down here. As it's behind us, it's going to have lots of drag and things like that. All right, we are eating through our RCS, but that's not a problem. We're only about, we've got 70% left. We've used about 30%. That's not a problem at all. In fact, I'm quite happy with that. In fact, that's better than I would have thought. And we can always turn the RCS off if we need to, but we shouldn't. We should be okay. Turn that off. And now that's interesting. So the RCS is firing. Does it need to, or is it descent mode? That's really interesting, actually, if that's outside of the normal control. If I turn RCS off, okay, and then RCS back on, and it's not firing, and I do that, I wonder if that's a little glitch, whether that's graphical or not. That is interesting. So what we're doing now is, you can see we've actually hung around there because we've used the bottom of the craft as a little bit of it slows down. We're actually hanging up in the atmosphere a little bit. I've not really been watching it, but you can see we've got 7,000 meters per second. We can speed this up a bit. What we're aiming for by using descent mode is this should slow down. And we may even get a little bit of a hop, skip, jump situation. You can see it's slowing down. If I had our vertical speed on there, you'd see that our vertical speed is actually slowing down a little bit. There you go. It just looks as though it's slowing, doesn't it? As we get lower down, it will probably jump because of this. But we'll have a look. We'll get a bit lower down. Let's go down. Oh, and now we've got the RCS firing again. Now I wonder why that's happening whenever we go into. Is it because it's just got a roll problem? Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might that we've got a bit of a roll issue. I'm not entirely sure. As long as we don't run out of fuel, we're pretty much okay. Once we get through the rough stuff, and we are gonna hit the rough stuff sort of soon. We could have actually delayed this. We could have delayed engaging the RCS for quite a while actually, and we don't really need it firing. I can just turn it on and off when we need it. All I care about is the roll, because what we can do is we can then actually either turn off the descent mode, or we can change the roll just to pull it, sort of drag it left and right and things like that. Oh, what's this say on the top? No step. Rescue. That hole there. I'm not sure I'm going to get a Kerbal out of that hole. Right. Let's see. We are still going down nicely, are we? We are. Let's speed this up a little bit. We don't have any RCS. I'm just watching the roll position of this craft now, because if it starts to deviate left and right, we will have to jump onto it. It should be okay, because I believe, yeah, that whole thing has basically got built-in heat shield, hasn't it? Where we are, a ablator there. And I believe it's lunar rated, that ablator on the bottom. I would hope it is anyway, because we're going to go to the moon with it. Well, are we? Are we? Are we going to get Apollo? I don't know. Right. Now we're not going to use the D2 sort of design completely. We're just going to use the capsule. That's the secret that's coming out. I am just going to use the capsule. I don't need the rest of it, just because I think it's quite a cool shaped capsule actually. I like it. I think it may be now be my favorite pod. And I'd completely underestimated it when I first saw it. I thought it's going to be annoying. It's going to be, one of those ones where you have to build it in the correct craft formation and things like that. Right, now we're getting low down in the atmosphere, and you can see we're still not dropping really fast. It's nice. We're sort of holding up there. What I would like to see is this apoapsis not falling as much as that. I'd like to see us start going up, but I think we've actually come through the rough bit and we've not done the bounce, which is interesting. Okay, so I think we're pretty much down. So I can probably turn off the descent mode now. There we go. Wobble around a bit, and then we can just do that. We've got no RCS we've got RCS to burn. I'm just not using it. It would normally be, I think, at this point that you would vent your RCS. So we could go in there and we could be like, okay, we need to vent some stuff. We need to make this craft lighter. We're gonna dump that. We're gonna dump that. What else do we want to dump? Bit of helium. Get rid of the helium. That'll take a bit of while. We'll get rid of some waste water. Lithium hydroxide, electric charge. No, I don't need to worry about that. And then we're coming down, and that's it. Now, do I show you the full extent of the landing? I think it's probably excessive. What we could do while we're waiting to come down, though, is we can see this thing has taken 195 science while it's been up there. So I think that takes us to 300 science. Wow, so these 3-man pods, if you can get them up there for 4 or 5 days and actually complete some of those missions that they can do, you get an awful lot of science for it. And there we go, we've got a parachute deployment, number 1. It's stuck in the middle there, that's a bit interesting. And then we should have that slowing us down. Yeah, so it's a single parachute, isn't it? And that's one of the advantages of this. I know a lot of people will use the Apollo one and things like that. I don't tend to, because it's got lots of little bits, but I like this. I do like this ring for the parachute. I like the built-in heat shield. Yeah, this is very nice multi-purpose, particularly, and you'll see why I like it as a multi-purpose craft. We will talk about this. I think we could definitely build a space program around this, and I think in many ways I prefer it to the Apollo. It'd be interesting. It would have been really interesting to see what the Americans would have done if they'd kept it, because this could still have been doing stuff to this day. It would be able to fulfill a lot of different functions that I think the Apollo probably didn't. The Apollo was probably very sort of specialized to what it does, and in many ways, I hate to say it, Artemis is a little bit like that. It's a little bit similar in the fact that it's not really it's not really doing it for me, shall we say. But yeah, this little thing I quite like. Right, we're going to pop it down into the ocean, and we're going to collect this crew. They've been on orbit for a few days. They didn't do EVAs. I don't think I did them last time either, but I don't think they need them. They should get to 1 star just by going to orbit. There we go. And do you float? Well, you're okay. Right, let's recover that. And of course we are back, and our crew need to go on holiday because they've been on space for a few days. They need a little rest, so they're going to be heading off for what are we giving them? We're giving them a month's holiday. A month's holiday? Gosh, that's a little excessive. I mean, okay, we irradiated them a little bit. I think that's a little bit excessive, to be honest with you. Anyway, they have all leveled up, so we now have all level 1 crew. We do have some upgrade points. I'm going to pop those into there. You can see where we are. We're on 3 point whatever. And we're going to put a bit more into there, like so. We completed some contracts. Let's just check that. So we have completed that contract. Wonderful. And we need to have a look at other contracts now. So what else have we got now? Does he give me the 3 crew mission thing? At least 3 crew in orbit. I think we're going to take that because that gives us a lot more than the 2 crew, doesn't it? Yeah. 11 days. Oh, that's a nice one. We could do 11 days. I think we can do 11 days. So this is a nice starter for us. Eccentricities doesn't want to be too high. We're going to have reasonably high periapsis and a low apoapsis. So we're going to be within a range. That's good. That gives us on-orbit maneuvers. I like that. How long do I have to do it? I have 6 months. Well, we're gonna take that. We're going to accept that. Next time, I think we're going to embrace it. And we've got some science to spend. So let's have a look. We've got 300 science to spend. Where are we going to spend our 300 science? I can't actually do any kind of... Cannot research because I can't go any higher than that. I suppose we'll buy that. What does this do for me? Improved landing? It gets me a better landing engine, but... Improved capsules. I don't really feel as though I need those anymore. We've got the capsule of our choice. Do I want early space stations? I could get Skylab. I mean, what does Skylab give me? What Skylab? What do you give me? Do you give me anything? Crew report, telemetry. I don't think I need any of those. I think we've got them. Orbital maneuvers, night imaging, space television broadcast. Yeah, I think we've got all that. We can do all that already. I don't feel the need for you. So maybe we'll just... what's that? Oh, level 4. We'll have that. Yep. And then we'll sit on the rest. I mean, could we upgrade anything? That doesn't really do much for me, does it? We're sort of stuck. I suppose we could move here, couldn't we? I suppose we could get this one, which I've been putting off. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that. Right. And nuclear engines. Is that nuclear engines? Ooh, they're heavy, aren't they? 12 tons. Wow. We'll probably not get those, although they may have a use in the future. Right. So next time, what are we going to do? That's a good question. We have a lot of our tech coming through now. We've got quite short periods there. You've got mature supersonic flight, two days. Wow, we could just get rid of that. In fact, we'll get rid of that as well, because they're just so short that I could just get rid of them. We're not in a speed run. You know, if I was in a speed run, I'd be maximizing when we're doing things. Also, you know, the more up to date RP1s, you will have colors, and those things would have been bonused because of that. That would have been, you know, 30 seconds all done probably because they're so far out of date. Right. We do have the flybys of Jupiter. Is it Europa? I think we've got a flyby of Europa. We've got an arrival at Saturn coming up in the next 100 days. But I think the next episode is going to be that 3-man crew, 3-woman crew, possibly. Have we got any more astronauts I want to hire, actually, while we're thinking about it? Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pilots. We have 1, 2 engineers, 2 scientists. I could do with another engineer and another scientist just in case. You, Deborah, are quite a good scientist, aren't you? We need low stupidity on my team, I think. You're not bad. We'll have you. And then an engineer with low stupidity. Mary, you don't look too bad. Cornelia is a scientist. Angelica Hoffman, just for your name, I'm tempted, but no. Sharon Cruz, you've got very low courage, high stupidity. I think it's going to be between these two, and I think it's going to have to be Mary Wilson. Cornelia is a cool name, though. Becca. Oh, I could hire both of you. You know what? I'm going to hire both of you, and I'm going to get another scientist. Another scientist. Where's... Oh, one of you are a scientist. 2 scientists, engineer. Right, I need another. So it's 1, 2, 3 scientists now. 4 scientists. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 1, 2, 3 engineers. So I need another engineer. Where's the... you are stupid. Ooh. You're not... Stella Stewart. You know what? We'll have you as well. I need an engineer. Where stupid. Well, at least you've got more courage. Well done, Angelica. Yep, you're on the team. Right. So next time we're going to send up probably a brand new crew again with some newbies up. We'll complete the mission to basically do a first Apollo flight with one of the new vessels. In fact, let's get that ready now. We can actually roll that out. Where are you? Where are you, Dog 2? Yeah, we can roll that out. We are about to finish our unlimited pad in 75 days. We have no plans. We have no upgrade points to spend. How much does this cost to go? Oh yeah, that's big. I think that's where we are. I think that's where we're going to sit. So from me, until next time, have a great one.